You've reached your breaking point. You've seen the lies, the manipulation, the endless drama, and now you've decided to do something few people ever dare to do. Expose a narcissist. At first, they seem calm. Maybe they smirk. Maybe they act like nothing happened. But deep inside, their entire illusion is shattering. Because for a narcissist, exposure isn't just an embarrassment, it's an existential threat. It's the moment their carefully constructed mask begins to crack, revealing the fragile, insecure person hiding underneath. In this video, we'll explore exactly what happens when you expose a narcissist. From their instant emotional reactions to their desperate attempts to destroy your reputation, to the quiet collapse that follows when they realize their control is gone. By the end, you'll understand their playbook, and you'll know how to protect yourself when the truth finally comes out. The narcissist's mask and why they wear it. Every narcissist lives behind a mask. It's a mask of charm, confidence, success, or even victimhood. A performance designed to hide the truth that they are deeply insecure and terrified of being seen as ordinary or flawed. Their entire identity depends on how others see them. They crave admiration like oxygen, and they construct their false self to get it. This false self is grandiose, untouchable, and flawless, everything their true self is not. So when you expose a narcissist, you're not just revealing a lie, you're threatening the foundation of who they believe they are. Exposure feels like death to their ego because it forces them to face the one thing they can't tolerate: shame. The moment of exposure. The moment you expose a narcissist, something inside them snaps. At first, there's disbelief. You can see it in their eyes, the flicker of panic behind the mask. Then, almost immediately, they shift into defense mode. They might laugh it off. You're crazy. They might act confused. What are you even talking about? Or they might explode instantly. Rage, insults, and accusations flying your way. That's because exposure delivers what psychologists call a narcissistic injury, a deep wound to their ego that triggers primal survival instincts. Their entire sense of superiority is threatened, and they'll do anything to protect it. To a narcissist, being exposed isn't about truth, it's about power. They're not afraid of being wrong, they're afraid of losing control. The first phase: denial and deflection. When the truth first hits, denial is their first weapon. They'll twist, spin, and manipulate the story to make you question your own reality. Gaslighting becomes their tool of choice. They'll say things like, "You're overreacting." "That never happened." "You're remembering it wrong." "Everyone knows you're unstable." This is deflection in its purest form. Their goal is to confuse you so you back down, apologize, or doubt yourself. They'll play the victim, act wounded, or accuse you of betrayal, all to shift attention away from their own actions. If that doesn't work, they'll blame others, their childhood, stress, or even you. Because in the narcissist's world, accountability doesn't exist. There is only the narrative that keeps them in control. The second phase: narcissistic rage. When denial fails, rage takes over. This isn't ordinary anger. It's an eruption of hatred fueled by humiliation and fear. To a narcissist, exposure feels like an attack on their very existence. You'll see the mask shatter here. The charming, composed persona disappears, replaced by someone unrecognizable, someone cruel, explosive, and unpredictable. Their rage may come out as shouting, insults, threats, or even silent treatment, a form of emotional punishment meant to make you regret ever confronting them. There are two main types of rage. 1. Overt rage. Loud, aggressive, explosive. 2. Covert rage. Quiet, cold, calculating, using silence, guilt, and passive aggression to hurt you. No matter the form, the goal is always the same: to reassert control through fear. They want you to back down. They want you to apologize. They want you to feel sorry for daring to expose them. The third phase, the smear campaign. If rage doesn't silence you, the narcissist will escalate to social warfare. They'll begin a smear campaign, a mission to destroy your reputation before they can destroy theirs. They'll twist the story, painting themselves as the victim and you as the abuser. They'll say things like, "I tried to love them, but they're crazy. They're obsessed with me. I did everything for them, and they turned on me." Soon, you'll notice mutual friends acting distant, family members doubting you, or coworkers whispering. That's the power of their manipulation. Narcissists are master storytellers. They know how to cry, how to charm, and how to lie convincingly. They also recruit flying monkeys, people who believe their version of events and help spread it. This creates isolation, confusion, and pressure on you to stay quiet. But remember, smear campaigns are not about truth. They're about control. The louder they lie, the more desperate they are to protect their crumbling image. The fourth phase, the Hoover attempt. After the chaos, when things go quiet, the narcissist often circles back. This is called hoovering. Like a vacuum, they suck you back into the cycle of abuse. They might send a message saying they miss you, or show up suddenly acting kind and apologetic. They might cry, say they've changed, or claim they finally see what they did wrong. But this isn't genuine remorse. It's manipulation. The moment you let your guard down, they'll resume control and punish you for exposing them in the first place. Hoovering is strategic. It's designed to make you question your decision and re-enter the dynamic. It can feel comforting at first, but remember, it's the same cycle disguised as closure. True healing begins when you stop responding. The collapse and fragmentation. When a narcissist realizes their exposure can't be undone, they begin to collapse. Without an audience to feed their ego, they spiral into confusion and despair. They may isolate, lash out, or quickly find a new supply, a new person to admire them, believe their lies, and help rebuild their image. But internally, they're falling apart. Shame, paranoia, and identity loss consume them. The grand image they built for years starts to crumble, and for a brief moment, they come face to face with their emptiness. But rather than healing, most narcissists will suppress it. They'll rebuild their mask, find new targets, and repeat the cycle. Exposure doesn't change them. It only forces them to reset. Your side of the story. Empowerment after exposure. Now let's talk about you. Exposing a narcissist isn't just brave, it's transformative. You've broken free from a toxic illusion, but it's also painful. You might lose friends, be called a liar, or feel isolated. Here's the truth. Narcissists thrive in secrecy. Once you shine light on them, they lose their power. That's why your greatest weapon is truth. To heal and protect yourself. 1. Go no contact. Cut communication completely if possible. 2. Set firm boundaries. Don't explain or justify yourself, just detach. 3. Document everything. Keep records if they continue to harass you or defame you. 4. Reclaim your narrative. Speak your truth calmly, without engaging in their drama. 5. Focus on healing. Therapy, journaling, and self-reflection are key to rebuilding your sense of self. With time, you'll rediscover peace and realize the power was never theirs. It was always yours. Why exposure is necessary but dangerous. Exposing a narcissist is like stepping into a storm. It's risky, emotional, and sometimes unsafe, but it's also the path to freedom. Here's what to remember. 1. Do it strategically. Don't confront them in anger. Plan ahead. 2. Protect your privacy. Narcissists weaponize information. 3. Have support. Talk to friends, counselors, or support groups before making big moves.
4. Expect retaliation. They'll fight back, but their power fades once you stop reacting. The truth hurts them more than any revenge ever could, because truth dismantles their illusion. It removes the mask and forces everyone, including themselves, to see who they really are. When you expose a narcissist, you ignite their deepest fear, being truly seen. They'll deny, rage, lie, and manipulate anything to protect the false self they've built. But eventually, the truth wins. And when it does, you realize something profound. You never needed to prove their darkness. You only needed to stand in your light. Because exposure isn't about revenge. It's about freedom. It's the moment you stop living inside their illusion and start living in your truth. So, if you've exposed a narcissist or you're planning to do so, remember, you are not weak. You are not crazy. You are the storm that ended their reign of control. And the moment you stop fearing their reaction, they lose the only power they ever had, the illusion that they controlled you. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content on building healthy relationships, improving your self-esteem, and mastering your mental health.